There is something no one really tells you about making money as a woman. And the more I started paying attention to it, the more I realized how many of us are moving through life with it without even realizing. A lot of women carry invisible limits around what they think they can earn and what they can actually sustain. And it's not that we don't want money. It's also not that we are incapable. But in many cultures, from a very young age, we are taught things that shape how we see ourselves in relation to money. Things like, if you are too ambitious, people will think you are selfish or bossy. Men make the big money. Women should focus on family and security. Or even in subtle ways like being praised more for being helpful, responsible, and selfless than for being powerful or financially independent. So you grow up with this quiet conditioning where helping others come first, where being liked matters, where playing it safe feels more acceptable than fully going after what you want. And you don't really question it, you just carry it. Then you become this ambitious woman who actually wants more. You want to elevate. You want to change your life. You want financial freedom, stability, and expansion. So you start doing the work. You follow the strategies. You invest in yourself. You take the courses, but then something doesn't fully translate. You might make progress, but it doesn't feel stable. You start strong, but you don't always sustain it. There's still this feeling of something is off. And most of us think it's a strategy problem. But no, it's deeper than that. Because those early beliefs, they don't just disappear. They show up in how you price yourself, in how you second guess your decisions, in how uncomfortable it feels to actually hold more money, more responsibility, and more visibility. So even though on the outside you are doing everything right, but internally there is still a limit, and that limit becomes your ceiling. So every time you try to expand, a part of you pulls you back to what feels familiar, what feels safe, what feels like you. Not because you are not capable, but because your identity hasn't fully expanded yet. And this is the part no one really explains. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your self-concept, your confidence, your capacity to receive and hold wealth hasn't caught up yet, you won't sustain it. You'll either slow down, doubt yourself, or unconsciously bring yourself back to a level that feels more comfortable. So yes, strategy matters, but unless you start letting go of those limiting beliefs, unless you start expanding your internal container, your self-trust, your emotional stability, your capacity to receive, you will keep hitting the same invisible ceiling. And that's why it feels like you are doing everything right, but not fully getting there. Because the truth is, success isn't just about strategy. It's about becoming the woman who can naturally create, hold, and grow wealth without shrinking, without second guessing yourself, and without feeling like it can all disappear at any moment. Because at the end of the day, you don't need more information. You need to look at what part of you is still holding you back from actually stepping into it. And if you are ready to actually close that gap and move into your next level, comment expansion. I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Darlene. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this one. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.